Hi everyone, Roy Shepard here. In the last episode we talked about the 10 ways that most people will die in case of a catastrophe. And today we're going to talk about the gear tier system. The tier system is divided into 5 tiers depending on our needs, and the first tier is the clothes on our back, tier 1. After that we have tier 2, which is our base or core equipment, the things that we carry on ourselves, on our person at all times. And then tier 3 is our EDC tier, what we have in our backpack and on ourselves for any short-term excursion, a walk to the town, going to work, things like that. Then we have tier 4, which is our Bob tier or 72-hour survival gear. The 5th tier, the last tier, is our tactical gear, which is anything we need for extreme defensive measures, like our weapons or our armor. In this video, we're going to explore tier 1, our clothes. Basically, they are our first line of defense against the elements, against wind, rain, or anything else in the environment. So let's begin. First, we have our base layer. Either start with a t-shirt or a performance polo, fast drying. In case we have any activity that would exert energy that will cause us to sweat, we have to be able to have perspiration so we don't get fatigue this way. The 511 performance polo is light, breathable, it's very comfortable and looks extremely professional. Next, we have our pants. Very light, very sturdy, looks extremely elegant and professional, but all the while being very, very tactical. It has side pockets, it has magazine pockets in the back for the AR magazines. You have very sturdy material. It is extremely tough and usable. You can use it as you go to the office and then go to the firing range at the same day. For this, I recommend the 511 Apex pants. Our boots are extremely important. We need a boot that will give protection for our feet. At the same time, it needs to be comfortable for long durations, and it needs to hold our ankle and our feet. For that, I recommend the 511 Expert 2.0 boot, which is fantastic. It's a combination between a military boot that has a hard tip for toe protection and a very sturdy body that will hold your foot in your ankle like a trekking shoe. It is waterproof. It has a very thick outsole that can hold any terrain, non-slip. Our belt is pretty important. It holds our pants. If you're carrying heavy load in your pocket, I recommend using the Cobra D-ring buckle, which has a carabiner built into the buckle, and the belt itself is basically a harness. This D-ring can hold up to about 1,000 kilograms, which is about 2,000 pounds of weight, which is quite fantastic. Next, we need our gloves. Gloves need to be, at the same time, improve our grip to hold onto items, equipment, and our weapons. And at the same time, must enable us to be sensitive enough so we can do very detailed and fine work with our fingers. This is why I choose a half-finger tactical glove. Half-finger tactical glove gives me the ability to have soft gel pads inside of the palm and gel pads on the knuckles. And at the same time, I use the Helicon half finger gel gloves, which are fantastic. Next, we have our tactical sunglasses. Tactical sunglasses need to cover your entire eye socket from the front and from the side, from both sun glare and dust particles or wind. It is really important to have cover for your entire eye. I recommend the Bolle SWAT tactical sunglasses, which are fantastic for this purpose. They are lightweight, sturdy, they have glare protection, and they protect your entire eye socket from any dust or wind during any operation. When it's very sunny outside, you have to protect your head from the sun. It's recommended to go with a cap. Now, for that, you need a cap that has a very good visor that covers your eyes and your face. It needs to be water resistant and needs to be very comfortable fitting on your head. The 511 Flex cap. Next, if it goes a little bit colder, down to about 15 degrees Celsius or about 65, 68 degrees Fahrenheit, it becomes a bit colder for just a t-shirt. So we need a soft shell, some sort of a light jacket, very, very light, that can protect you from wind and from the rain. And it can keep you warm enough when you need it, and it is breathable enough when you do any type of activity. For that reason, I recommend the 511 Sierra soft shell, which is fantastic. It is extremely, extremely light. It is breathable, very surprisingly warm. It is like you'd look at it and you would not figure out how warm it is until you try it. It keeps a very slim figure. It looks very professional, and at the same time it is very tactical. When temperatures go down to about 50 degrees Fahrenheit or 10 degrees Celsius and lower, up to about 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius, you'll need something a bit warmer. So in addition to the soft shell, you'll need some sort of a mid layer that will keep you warm. For that, we need some sort of a very light, very sturdy, and very warm fleece shirt. For that reason, I recommend the 511 Recon half zip fleece, which is extremely, extremely light. It is very, very warm. It is made of micro fleece, and it keeps very tight on the body, and it keeps you very, very warm. If we go to anywhere below 32 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 0 degrees Celsius, that means that it's getting really, really cold. Usually it starts to either snow or you'll have ice. We need some sort of a base layer that will be also thermic. For that reason, I recommend the 511 Sub-Zero shirt, which is very lightweight. It is thermal. It keeps your entire core temperature very, very stable, very inside, and it's very flexible, and you can use it in addition to the fleece and to the soft shell. You can reach well below 0 degrees Celsius or well below 32 degrees Fahrenheit. In cold temperatures, anywhere below 50 degrees Fahrenheit or 10 degrees Celsius, we lose a lot of heat from our head. So we have to have some sort of a cap made out of fleece that is also water resistant, that you can use in conjunction with any other type of head equipment like a helmet or anything like that. So it has to be light, it has to be breathable, but at the same time it has to be really warm and water resistant. For that reason, I recommend the 511 watch cap, which answers all of these properties fantastically. We need a good hard shell, a good jacket against the extreme conditions, extreme wind, extreme cold. It needs to be light. It needs to be with the ability to open some sort of air flow if needed. It needs to have some sort of a cover for the head, and it needs to be tough against the elements and able to survive, to hold together in harsh conditions, in any situation, in any tactical or survival situation. For that reason, I recommend the 511 Sabre 2.0, which is a fantastic hardshell jacket. It has a quick draw for your side arm on the side, and it has a back pocket, a large back pocket in your lumbar area. In it, you have your hat, your waterproof hat, which you can remove from there and attach to your collar and have it on your head. It protects against rain, storms, and things like that. And it, of course, obviously, it detaches very easily, and you can put it back into your lumbar pocket in your back. For below 32 degrees Fahrenheit or below 0 degrees Celsius, we need something extra for our neck and our mouth and nose. For that reason, I recommend the 4F neck warmer, which is made out of microfleece, and also it has a small hole for your mouth for easy breathing. It covers your ears, your lower ears, it covers your nose and mouth, and it stays put as a very good neck warmer. And it has a long sleeve to combine with your shirt or your soft shell, so it goes inside of your shirt or soft shell, so you have complete protection from the elements. When you're below 0 degrees or below 32 degrees Fahrenheit, you'll need also a better protection for your hands, and this is why I recommend a glove that is also can turn into a mitt, and that is of course waterproof and has the ability to keep you warm under 32 degrees Fahrenheit or under 0 degrees Celsius. And for that reason, I'm using the 4 Claws half finger mitt, which is a hybrid between a half finger glove, fantastic for any fine work with your fingers, and you can have the mitt over your fingers when it gets cold. Obviously, it has a mitt over your fingers and a very tiny little mitt over your thumb, so it turns into a nice warm mitt in case of being in a very cold environment. To sum up, our tier 1 in our gear tier system is our clothes. The clothes that we wear on our back will give us the first line of defense against the elements, whether it be hot weather, cool weather, cold weather, and extreme cold environments or extreme hot environments. Our clothes need to be light and tough. They need to be tactical, which means they have all the pockets and the features that will serve us in case we are in an emergency situation, in a survival situation. They need to be rugged and tough and hold their own against the elements and in case of hard survival usage. For example, dropping to cover, crawling on the floor, kneeling and doing some manual labor in the forest, in harsh environments or in rough environments. The equipment and the gear that we use, the clothes that we use, need to serve us and not the other way around. They need to be part of our tool set to make our jobs much easier in case we need to survive. I'd love to hear from you, so if you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comments below or on our Facebook or YouTube channels. We'd love to hear which type of equipment you like the most. What do you think if we missed something? If you have anything to add, we'd love to hear from you. In the next video, we're gonna talk about Tier 2, which are the items you cannot leave home without. These are the items that needs to be on your person at all times. Items that this is the only items that you can pick, only items that you have on yourself. Someone took your backpack, someone took everything else. These are the items that you need to survive with. These are the items that need to be in Tier 2, our core gear. Can't wait to share everything with you. So until then, stay safe.